Hey guys, my name is James, and I'm here to talk about a book I just recently finished called Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote. I have read only one Capote book before, and that was In Cold Blood, which is obviously one of his most famous books. Uh, I loved this book. So I had high expectations for Breakfast at Tiffany's. I know this was probably even up there with one of his most famous books, as they made the movie with, I think it's Audrey Hepburn. I've never seen the movie yet. I plan on watching it very soon. This book is about a writer who meets this tenant in the same building he rents out of, and she is this kind of happy-go-lucky, kind of live in the moment kind of gal who I think is, living a life that's kind of a bit non-conventional, I would say, without giving away too much. And it follows their friendship and how it progresses and the tension between them both. Uh, I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked Truman Capote's writing style. I think he was an incredible writer, and he kind of knew what people wanted to hear and how to engage someone so perfectly and keep them right in the palm of your hand for the whole time you're reading. I mean, I felt that completely within Cold Blood. I could not put that book down. This I read in about, I want to say maybe 4 hours, not in one sitting. I read it in over two sittings, and I really really liked it. I think the real kind of powerhouse knockout moment was the ending, maybe the last 20 to 15 pages. It's an extremely short book. I mean, this one is just Breakfast at Tiffany's with three other short stories, and it barely fills out a book. So Breakfast at Tiffany's, I think, is around 140 pages. This ending was just such a powerhouse of Capote really flexing his muscles and showing how he can, push language to this kind of limit of, this was written in the mid 50s, and imagining people reading this ending and not having like a happy ending kind of story, spoiler, sorry. It is really interesting to me. And I'm very lucky. This is not a first edition, first pressing. I believe this is a first edition, but I think it's like maybe a 20th printing. I can't really find any information on this one, but the index kind of page is there. It is the same as the first edition, which I like. I really like the cover of it. I love this, sketch of Truman Capote, which I think is based on his first book, The Voices, I think, which I'm gonna try and get a first edition of that as well, hardcover of his first novel, just to continue my little collection of first editions. But I think everyone should read this. I think this is such a fun book to read. It's such a short book. You can read it in one sitting if you're kind of a quick reader. Um, I've heard the movie is obviously a classic, and I plan on watching it very soon. But I really did really like this book. I don't really have much to say about it because it's so short and it's hard to talk about the context of the book without spoiling it for anybody. But Capote is a master, was a master. If you've read anything by him, if you've read the book In Cold Blood, if you've seen the Philip Seymour Hoffman movie Capote, you'd know that he was this larger than life writer, which I've grown to be one of my favorite writers now. I've only read two of his books. I'm going to try and get another copy of his first novel and review that as well. But it's, like I said, it's very hard to review this because it's so short, and I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, if it's kind of about that 1950s kind of happy-go-lucky lifestyle, I guess, that's not really in the normal of 1950s culture. The character Holly Golightly is a bit of I don't want to say basket case, but she has a lot going on in her life, and it's just kind of played out like that. I think I'll do a review of the movie as well, and yeah, if you're a fan of Capote's and you haven't read this, what are you doing? Read Breakfast at Tiffany's. Thanks guys for watching. Sorry if it's a bit of a short, all over the place review. It's really hard to talk about this book without spoiling it. Thank you guys.